Okay. Anyway, male body standards are out of control.
For men, today's standards of muscularity are fucking obscene.
We used to aspire to be like Brad Pitt from Fight Club.
But he was... Nah, hold on. Pause, though. He was ripped AF.
This incessant drive.
He was ripped AF.
We used to aspire to...
Do you realize how dehydrated he is in this movie? The guy didn't drink on set for like a day and a half at least.
To be
just
like
for
Brad
the
Pitt
shot.
from Fight Club. And now, because of this incessant drive of
nice
consumer
dad bod.
capitalism,
That's
this
not a dad bod,
incessant permeation of our brains subconsciously with social media.
It's this guy! Chad, it's this guy! Oh my god! This guy definitely does roids.
The algorithms.
Physique inflation is very real.
And it seems to be happening at an accelerating rate.
Oh my god,
Fitness
look at him doing it.
enthusiasts are concerned.
We are led like sheep into the slaughter to ever more muscular and lean physiques.
To the point where a great physique 10 years ago
Oh my god, he just looks like a ripped guy, man.
can be considered average or even bad by today's standards.
This looks bad? Nah, really? No, are we serious? This looks bad?
Mike Chan,
There's
Scott
no
Herman,
way.
Jeff Nippard, their natural status used to be perceived as highly questionable. Today, people are calling them average.
Average?
Science-based guys. Why is it that you remain so mediocre, yet you know so much?
A shift we can see in Baywatch, Marvel movies, amongst
Yeah.
modern superheroes, reality TV shows, and suspiciously muscular Netflix teenagers.
Teenagers and Netflix. I say this about anime too. For me personally, that's the one thing that I will always criticize Demon Slayer for. How does a kid get fucking ripped like Tanjiro? He's a kid. He's like a teenager, right? How does this happen?
Can you rate this guy's
Can't see him.
Dad bod. You think this is dad bod?
What is wrong with you? You think this?
What the fuck is this? Isn't fucking dad bod? What are you talking about?
This is a dad bod? Have you seen
you
what most
smoking?
dads actually look like in the real world?
Experts are worried it's an issue
That's
that's trickling
crazy
down from the bodybuilding world. An illusion driving many to shortcuts.
Hot take,
Oh
but
my
I think
God.
guys being a little overweight like this is attractive. What?
Male body.
This is overweight. Chat, I'm sorry. What the Nah, this is a rage bait post. This is bait. Yeah, this is bait. Oh, I want a woman with a little bit of chub and it's like a supermodel with like a stomach that's like flat as a board.
Body dysmorphia is on track to overtake female body dysmorphia within
That's
about 2 decades.
fucked, man.
So why are experts worried? It's about to get a lot worse. And how did we end up in this position?
Gym inflation, social media, bro.
Fight Club was a pivotal film on the turn of the century. People wanted to
It was
look
in
like
2001.
this. Impressive, but also realistic.
Seriously? It's like you're photoshopped.
I completely disagree. When I saw this in like 2005, I did not think this was realistic at all. Like maybe this guy is a bit more realistic. He's a little bit of what is it called? Like a high, like fucking fat on him. I guess I can't really see his abs. This is not realistic. Look how fucking skinny he is.
Impressive, but also realistic.
Seriously? It's like you're photoshopped.
Back then, performance enhancers carried a heavy stigma.
Take steroids and eventually everyone will see you for what you really are. A fake, a fraud, an asterisk.
But in bodybuilding, they became essential. Each year, competitors pushed to
Dude,
get
they're
bigger and leaner,
huge.
no matter the cost. From
Can't
Steve
do
Reeves
it.
to Jay Cutler, the look became more extreme. So everyday people turned to Hollywood physiques for inspiration. Hugh Jackman, Chris Evans, Henry Cavill. But the extreme standards of bodybuilding had already begun to trickle into the mainstream.
But they're actors. They're paid to look like a certain way. You can't really have that. That's what bums me out the most is that people expect this kind of body when the guy's like working a 9 to 5 or like going to school or whatever, and it's like, man, you don't really have time, and that's why people resort to roids.
There comes a day where being average being mediocre is just sickening to you.
Video blogs blew up, then Instagram, focusing the attention on the visual. Fitness wasn't just about health anymore, it was about aesthetics. And this marked the rise of the fitness influencer.
Social media.
And I just want to share my experiences and advice of what's worked for me, what hasn't worked for me.
More and more influencers joined the scene.
It's Z's! Oh.
But it was ultimately the most impressive looking that rose to the top. Genetic outliers, with many suspected of taking shortcuts to get ahead.
Guys like Mike O'Hearn and Simeon Ped, those guys aren't natural, but yet they claim they are, and so they also stand out.
It's the guy with the racist Instagram reels, bro!
The demand for more impressive physiques
I forget his
was reflected
name.
in Hollywood, with the remaking of Baywatch and progression of Chris Hemsworth, Zac Efron.
Whoa, wait, they showed ass in the movie?
Zac
Oh
Efron,
my god, I've never seen a Marvel movie or whatever, but they actually showed his cheeks.
But people began calling actors out
No
for
shot.
secretive steroid use.
Reporter Greg here, reporting the news. The Rock's lying! Hello, wake up and smell the freaking coffee!
This kindled the demand for humbleness.
This guy's
honesty, and
crazy,
transparency.
dude. He looks like a... have you seen horses on steroids? And the veins they have? Like, unironically crazy.
And transparency. So a new type of
That's
influencer
crazy, man.
emerged.
I am sick of fake influencers.
But some people started being a little too transparent.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to teach you some steroid maths.
They let you put this on TikTok?
Perhaps normalizing and glorifying steroid usage. It became less taboo,
Bruh.
and more accessible.
I get banned for making a BDSM joke on TikTok for like a week and a half. And this guy's up here telling you how to do roids on TikTok. Kind of weird.
Which led to a sharp rise in young users.
That's why I went viral originally in short form, because nobody ever thought about posting videos of them injecting steroids and then working out.
How is this
That is
allowed?
without a doubt the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Some influencers began to use Photoshop and camera tricks to stand out.
These aren't the only people in this.
There was a girl at my school that actually did this. She wasn't obviously ripped like this, but she was a skinny girl and she wanted to look more toned. And she did this and someone at school pointed it out and she literally freaked the fuck out and said, I don't even know how to use Photoshop. Look at that wall right there. She did the exact same thing. Like something in the background was warped. Yeah, MySpace did it. No, it was like on Facebook or some shit. It was so funny.
These aren't the only people in industry doing this. Check your newsfeed. If you follow a lot of fitness people, I guarantee you will find more that are doing this now that you're made mentally aware of it.
This became such a problem. The Instagram versus reality subreddit gained over 1 million followers, exposing many people for using filters and tricks.
And it's sad because it's like, why would you do that when you're already, like, you're not ugly or fat? Why?
Do I even need to draw the lines to show this is edited?
Look at the nippies too. They look like pepperonis. He photoshopped them to make them look bigger.
The more people watched trained the algorithm, so social media learned exactly how to keep you scrolling. Now, if you ask ChatGPT for the average male that goes to the gym regularly, you're presented with this.
Regularly going to the gym with those abs, dude. Yeah.
There's nothing average about this body for a 35 to 40-year-old male who goes to the gym regularly.
There ain't no
It worked this out from the internet, where edited and optimized bodies aren't rare. They're the
Why? I don't get this. This is fine. Why do you need to look like a fucking superhero?
aren't rare. They're the standard.
You don't need massive
Body
obliques
dysmorphia
and shit,
is
man.
becoming a cultural aesthetic as opposed to a mental health issue. To many,
Bigorexia.
natural
Is that
doesn't
what it's
even look
called?
normal anymore. As highlighted by the recent trend, showing long-time lifters revealing their physiques in natural light, only to face brutal criticism. This is what 8 years of training looks like. Achievable in 1 year. This is 13 years of consistency.
What? That's mid?
Mid.
That's mid. His back is huge. His fucking biceps are massive. That's mid. You always got some dumbass saying shit. This is why I don't read comments.
13 years. you can easily achieve this in 2 to 3 years.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, maybe if you slam roids. Maybe he's right. Yeah, if you slam roids.
Bodybuilders here.
I personally don't think it's surprising that so many younger people are taking a metric fuckload of anabolic steroids.
Yeah, while some worry about physique inflation, others argue we're glorifying obesity.
Yeah.
To understand what's
I
really
agree with
happening, we need to look at the data. Is the average man actually getting fitter?
No. That's the sad part, is that the obesity rate in America and in the world, period. It's not just Amerifats, by the way, just for the record. Amerifats are part of the problem, but what? You can't say that's a slur? Oh yeah, obesity is a slur. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I'll just call it OB. Is it true women like normal looking dudes? No, apparently women only like ripped abs.
The average American is 5'9", 200 pounds, with a 40.5-inch waist, putting body fat between 20 and 30%. Obesity is on the rise.
That's strong. Look, even in Nigeria, chat. Look. Even in Nigeria, it's going up. But yeah, obviously Amerifats be Amerifatting, but everyone else is also going up. Australia, United Kingdom, Brazil, 5% in 1975. Up to 25% almost. That's a massive increase.
The average American eats around 3,500 calories a day.
Holy.
And takes just 4,800 steps. No wonder health span is falling. In fact, 1 in 4 people can't do a full squat.
No! Did I hear that right? 1 in 4?
1 in 3 can't manage a single push-up.
Nah. Oh, come on. That can't be real, right?
According to a UK fitness report.
I could do 1 push-up
But the
and
average
1
fitness
squat.
enthusiast
Like, that's not even 10! No, that's me. I can do a push-down, but not a push-up.
is likely more muscular, thanks to better information.
I could never do push-ups. Now you're an Amerifat.
A good thing, since the fitness industry has made things easier. If we look to powerlifting data, the average bench is somewhere around 250 to 300 pounds.
That's almost as big as me.
350 to 400. And
Holy!
deadlift, 425
Yo, chat, you should deadlift me. I'm 400 pounds.
to 475 pounds. But those are trained competitive athletes. It's like comparing your
start
reading
benching me,
speed
chat.
to someone in a book club. The average 5k time for men, around 29 minutes. And that's only amongst those fit
God,
enough
I
to
hate
sign up for a
marathon
race.
running.
Here's what the
that
average American man looked like in 2011. The truth is, the average person looks nothing like the physiques that we're constantly being shown online. It's becoming rarer for people to maintain a healthy weight. And it's this stark, widening contrast that experts are worried about.
Body.
How old are you? 16. 16? But are you natty or not?
Dude, he's huge. Wow. For 16, this kid is massive.
Wow, I respect the honesty, bro.
Today, there's more teenagers doing steroids than ever before.
There's kids doing steroids too. Like, not even kids like this, 16, 17. We're talking about, like, 8-year-olds. That was the most fucked up shit ever. He has another video talking about this, or, like, more in detail, but there's kids that are, like, 8 or 9 doing roids.
People who have barely been training, jumping straight to enhancements.
There's nothing respectable about taking gear at 16 years old.
True.
Period.
The rise of people using steroids while claiming they're natural, or just eat chicken, broccoli and rice, is fueling unrealistic expectations, leading many to give up on their fitness routines altogether. Reckless performance-enhancing drug use, and poor mental health.
And also, to top it off, they make TikToks and say, like, I did this in, like, 2 weeks, and it's actually more like 3 years that it took them to get to that point. And they lie and make people feel bad because they don't get that instant gratification that people do, like, on what is it called? You know, on TikTok. Day 1 of being a roid junkie. Yeah, no, absolutely. It fucks you up, too. Is steroids still illegal or not? I have no idea. I don't talk to people that do roids. I have no idea.
Perhaps a greater issue is not physique inflation, but deflation, where people think they need TRT or steroids to gain a bit of muscle and look good. Patience.
Me not natural at 16. Chat, there's very few people who look like this at 16, man.
Is a dying art on social media.
Nah.
For all the years up to this point, what people focused on was nutrition,
workout routines. There is such a disturbing trend right now where those search terms and even those interests have been replaced by TRT, SARMs, peptides, Ozempic.
A recent study found that the fitness advice given by the most followed fitness influencers is often either harmful or lacks credibility. Hardly a surprise when the most extreme stuff.
We remember this guy, right?
Rises to the top. Fitness is becoming less about health and more about performance art. A hyper-reality crafted to maximize views. This is why people are suggesting that fitness influencers are a plague on getting fit.
And to top it off, you don't actually build endurance. Like sumo wrestlers, for example, or like actual strongmen that do runs like this, they aren't this ripped. This guy probably only runs for like 5 minutes at a time because he's probably not that fit overall. He lifts, that's it.
Maximize views. This is why people are suggesting that fitness influencers are a plague on getting fit. It's why what Martin Birkin coined f***arounditis is still such a problem.
True.
The tendency to avoid consistent effort and focus on unproductive activities, resulting in a lack of progress towards a goal. It's not one person's fault, but a deeper consequence of fitness social media. If you're not shredded, you have a dad bod. Bear in mind—
What the fuck? What?
If you're not shredded, you—
He has a fucking line! What is it called? Lumi said it's the Coom line, right? Yeah, dad bod with the Coom line and abs. Yeah, that's a dad bod.
You have a dad bod. Bear in mind, many of these people are Hollywood superheroes.
Yeah, cum-gutters,
some
whatever
of
they're
which
called, I
have probably
forget.
taken steroids.
Yeah, dad
and
bods.
this is literally Superman. However,
A little body, facial hair, a little muscle, a little fat. It's that simple. Daughter of wolves. I'm not gonna say it. Okay, I'm gonna say it. Why women fuck dogs?
a large reason these sort of posts go viral is because they're such wild takes. Regardless, there's a clear rising pressure for men. A study found 22% of men, aged 18 to 24, show signs of muscle-focused eating disorders.
That's
Even the
sad,
godfather
man.
of American fitness grew concerned about the mental benefits of exercise being neglected, as the television was first invented.
Well, this is what I think. People have gotten so far away from the natural way they should be living that they have lost the ability to be happy anymore.
True.
Because you cannot separate the mind and the body. It's an impossibility. Exercise is not only to make you more beautiful, more glamorous, but the therapeutic value of exercise, how it relieves nervous tension, how it increases your pep, your energy, and your vitality. That's the wonders of exercise.
This is why for my own transformation, I limited the time I spent on social media, and it helped a ton. I didn't end up looking like Ashton Hall, perhaps because I didn't wake up at 3 AM.
And peeling and putting banana skins on your face, man.
I'm no longer built like E.T. because I actually stuck to my routine.
Oh my god, dude.
You only fail if you stop.
Gym inflation might be a thing on social media and in comment sections, but in reality, things seem to be heading the other way. Most of the people mocking top-tier physiques or real fitness progress
I hate
are just
social
online
media,
too much.
man.
Caught up in an echo chamber, inflated by physique inflation. That's why curating your media diet is crucial.
That's why it sucks that I have to do this, like, for looking at Twitter for content, for Chat 9 to talk about stuff. It does get to my head when people are like, oh, well, this cosplayer's really hot and she looks like just the character, but she could look better. Do you think that doesn't grate on people just like these guys get that grating feeling when they post their progress and some guy's like, actually, I look better than this and I've only been doing it for 1 year. It's like, are you off your rocker?
Follow people who actually benefit you,
Lots of
not
haters,
negatively
sure.
warp your perspective.
The term influence means to have an effect on the character or development of someone. Be mindful of who you follow and be careful of who you let influence you.
True!
Be proud of your own progress and remember that a vast industry profits.
I can't bench 315. My arms are 26 inches. My body fat is above 7%. Most people don't even exercise regularly. You're doing great. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Of your insecurity. In other words, it's best to focus on your own habits.
That's
because it's
crazy,
hard
man.
to worry about other people's grass being greener when you're more focused on watering your own.
That's base. Very true. I wish I could bench 300. One day someone's gonna bench 400. They'll be like, I'm dedicating this one to SmugAlana. Oh my god, dude. No, was a good video. We've watched so many Josh Britt videos. He's a smart guy. Smart dude. I don't need to be ripped. I just want to be able to see my caca again. You know what? I admire that so much. I want to be able to see my own pee-pee looking down.